Hello everybody. Today is November 8th, 2010. I know I haven't posted a video in quite some time until I get a rhythm going or kind of more of a purpose of what exactly it is that I want to share on this vlog. It may take that process of maybe some gaps. Over the weekend, a good friend of mine, you know who you are, reminded me about the vlog. Hey, I subscribed to you and, you haven't posted anything. And I was like, I shall entertain you, sir. Thank you, undisclosed person who actually reminded me, kind of just, I don't know, I guess I just needed like a check to be like, hey, you said you were going to do this, whether it's for yourself or anything, do you still want to, kind of. It's kind of how I felt it in my head. Most of my sharing has to do with what's been happening just pretty much over this past weekend. On Saturday, I actually got to spend a lot of time gathering with a bunch of people that I love. A bunch of people that are my age, a bunch of people that are not my age, but that we're all just pretty much part of the same community. Donghan CLC, Western Region Youth and Young Adult group got together this weekend to just have a barbecue, just to have fun, just to talk, just to catch up, just to be with one another. And it was really cool because we actually got a lot of the older members of our community, well, not too old, various ages to be represented within our community. So it was just nice to really just see people's faces and say hi. Say, how are you doing? How's your prayer group going? How is your life going? How's work going? How's your family going? Just to catch up. I feel that there's a lot of people that like you have in your mind or in your thoughts. So you think about them, or they come up in conversation, and like they're always kind of around in your mind, but you really don't think about when the last time you saw them was. And I guess that was the nice thing about this Saturday, was that I actually just got to see people that I haven't seen in quite some time, especially some wonderful members from the group Karus. It was just really, really cool to see them because I hadn't seen them in so long, and just again, how are you doing? Anyways, it was just a really nice experience, and something I think people, the youth and the young adults, need every so often, just to kind of remind each other that they're not alone. We're so busy with everything: life, jobs, family, significant others, sometimes our friends, and we are pulled in so many directions. To just take a breather on a Saturday afternoon, to just relax, have casual conversation, it's kind of nice. It's just feels like something that you need now and again. So then on Sunday, I went to Mass twice. I think that's the first time for me going twice on the same day. I went to St. Dorothy in the morning. I attended adoration for a little bit afterward, and then I drove over to Sacred Heart Church in Altadena and attended Mass there. It was kind of cool because I got to see my significant other doing her first reading ever. She had gone through a class that you go through to become certified to become a lector or a liturgical reader. I'm not quite sure what the term is. So it was her first time going up there and speaking from the pulpit. She read the second reading and her sister read the first reading. So I'm not quite sure if it was her sister's first time, but they both did very well. And it was just nice to be there. Anyways, I ended up having a very long conversation with important people in my life later on that day. And I don't want to get too much into detail, but I do want to say that God really knows how to strike you. God really knows how to make you take a step back and go, wow. I don't recall many instances where I've had like a direct correlation with a prayer or time in adoration and have it directly affect me within a reasonable amount of time. Maybe I'm a little short-sighted, maybe I'm not seeing obviously the bigger picture, maybe I'm missing things, and I'm sure God is answering me in some way. But the point is, yesterday I went through adoration. I kind of just poured out what was troubling me because I noticed that I had given it much more thought than I had prayer. And I put it all out there. I'm like, God, look, this is where I'm at. This is what I feel. and I'm not asking you to do anything, but I just want to tell you. And so later on that day, in this very heavy conversation that I have with somebody very important, they console me. They look at me and tell me, what you're worrying about, what you're concerned about, it's okay. It's okay to be concerned, it's okay to be worried, but understand that it's not as serious as I may be making it out to be. And to see God work through this person to console me, literally within hours of just pouring my heart out, was amazing. I was just astonished by how direct and how very connected everything felt. I don't think I'm saying that because I pray or because I go to adoration I expect answers and I expect God to console me. That's not really what I want to get at. But I do think that God consoled me yesterday with more than the intention of just consoling me, but also to remind me that, if I give him a little bit of time and I give him what I am, at where I am at that point in life, that in some form or fashion he is answering me. I guess I just forget that a lot. When my prayer life becomes mundane and very and everything else is kind of uneventful, I may not be looking, where God wants me to look for his answers sometimes. I guess he gave me what I needed at the moment. That was, hey, I know what you're going through. I'm not going to fix it for you right now. You're not going to be able to fix it for you right now. But you know what? It's okay. And we're going to go through this together. And you know why? Because I've put people on this earth to go through it with you. Well, that's kind of all I wanted to share today. Looking forward to the holidays coming up. As usual, not necessarily looking forward to the Christmas crowds, but it is part of the holiday experience. Yay! Anyway, I hope you guys have a great week. Oh, and one more thing. If you are in the mood for a little humor, me and my friends are going to begin doing very, very short clips of random weird stuff that we think is funny. It may not be funny to you, and I apologize ahead of time. The very first thing we have is like a 40-second clip, and it's pretty simple, but we thought it was funny. You can be your own judge. It's a little crude, but funny, I hope, I think. Anyways, I'm gonna add that channel as a friend, and just click on In and Out, the subscriber whose name is In and Out, and that will be where I'll put those videos. Again, have a great week, and I will talk to you guys later. Au revoir.